joepags.com. All the social media there. Go and sign up for Facebook, for Twitter, for Instagram. Also the Parler or Parlay app, PARLER.com. Look for Joe Pags. You can also subscribe to the newsletter at the site. And we're on Newsmax TV, the Joe Pags Show, for a Friday. Strings. Where are my horns? Yes, indeed. Protein bar on the break. Protein bar. Polo. Yeah, I'm going to blame you today because she's not here. What day is it anyway? Where is Bob Guthrie? Let's go.
Friday.
Thank God it's...
Thank God it is Friday.
Yes, indeed.
Friday.
Thank God it's...
Thank God it is Friday.
All right, let's make it a Free Speech Friday. Let's go. Freedom. Say what? Bring it down. Take it up a notch. 888-941-PAGS, 888-941-7247. Whatever's on your mind is going to be fair game. If I know something about it, we'll talk about it. If not, we will move on. Glad to have you here. All right, so not many people have been willing to, and certainly they haven't successfully, taken on the Clinton machine. The Clinton machine is Bill Clinton became the president, even though he was a horrible governor, and had all these allegations of sexual impropriety. Some even claimed he raped them. Somehow made it. There is a list that you can find very easily on the Google machine that will give you a list of people. It documents a list of people who have had contact with the Clintons who just are dead now. I'm not saying they killed them, but I mean, whenever Hillary Clinton has a story, Clinton body count is what trends. There's a shady past here that we just don't know how deep it goes. I'm thinking Hillary and Bill have something on a lot of politicians, and that the politicians won't take them on. Bernie Sanders was told to move out of the way. He did. Why? He actually could have been the nominee in 2016. Instead, it was Hillary Clinton, even though he was beating her in a lot of ways. The DNC was basically being run by Hillary Clinton and the Clinton campaign. They have something because people are afraid to go after them. Guess who's not afraid? Tulsi Gabbard. I don't know Tulsi Gabbard. I'm heard in Honolulu every day. We love being on KHVH. Love it. Rick in the morning is amazing. Love being the afternoon guy. And we hear from people in Hawaii all the time. I don't know Tulsi Gabbard. I know that some of her policies don't make sense to me. That's why I would not be a supporter of her running against President Donald Trump. But she's a moderate for sure. She is a veteran and still in the reserves now, which I think is great. Some of her ideas make a ton of sense. Others, not so much. And that's why, again, she and I don't align enough for me to ever say I'm supporting her for this office. And I think the president's doing a great job. But in that field of loonies on the left, she's one bright light if you happen to be somebody who leans left in this country. She did so well against Kamala Harris in that one debate that she basically, through some sort of rules change, was not allowed to be in the next two debates. Oh, yeah. She went after Kamala Harris and made her look ridiculous, called her out as a hypocrite that she is, as somebody who is just not telling the truth about her history as an attorney or attorney general in the state of California. Suddenly, Tulsi Gabbard was nowhere to be seen next couple of weeks. Now, one, she was out in deployment or something, or she was doing training for I believe it's the Army. The other one just wasn't included because allegedly she did not make the eligibility requirements, which I believe were changed. I mean, somehow Beto was up there with 0% and Julian Castro was up there with 0%, but Tulsi Gabbard didn't make it back after going after Kamala Harris. She almost, I guess she was going to boycott this last one. A couple of days ago, she was there. And again, during the debate and afterwards, she was the most Googled name out of that entire lineup on stage. She's making an impact. And that caused the former First Lady, former Secretary of State, former Senator, the great state of New York, Hillary Clinton, that made her make a comment that was a clear reference to Tulsi Gabbard. What Hillary Clinton said was, and this is from USA Today. This is out of Manchester, New Hampshire. It's Hillary Clinton versus Tulsi Gabbard on the sidelines of the 2020 presidential race. The Hawaii congresswoman fought back unsparingly after Clinton appeared to call her the favorite of the Russians in a recent interview and said she believes the Russians have got their eye on somebody who's currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be the third-party candidate. Clinton, the former senator, U.S. Secretary of State, and the 2016 Democratic presidential candidate, did not name Gabbard directly. In a series of tweets Friday, Gabbard went after Clinton. And I'm going to give you those tweets. Hey, Newsmax, we'll take these on the screen if you don't mind. Here are the responses, and it's so far been liked by 106,000 people, shared or retweeted by 32,000 people, and commented on by 24,000 people. Great. Thank you, Hillary Clinton. You, the queen of warmongers, embodiment of corruption, and personification of the rot that has sickened the Democratic Party for so long, have finally come out from behind the curtain. From the day I announced my candidacy, there has been a concerted campaign to destroy my reputation. We wondered who was behind it and why. Now we know. It was always you, through your proxies, and now and powerful allies in the corporate media and their war machine, afraid of the threat I pose. It's now clear that this primary is between you and me. Don't cowardly hide behind your proxies. Join the race directly. Damn. D-A-Y-U-M. Damn. Tulsi ain't playing. That's a mic drop moment. Because Hillary Clinton and the Clinton machine are not used to anybody daring to do that. They're not used to anybody daring to say, I'm going to call you out on what it is that you've been doing to the Democrat Party, what it is you've been doing to this country. I mean, wow. Embodiment of corruption, personification of the rot that sickened the Democratic Party. You're the queen of the warmongers. Man. Tulsi don't play that. And what's interesting is Hillary Clinton can't back down now. She can't back away. There will be, and whether it's the corporate media, whether it's the war machine that she cites, or if it's Clinton herself, there will be a response that will be so horribly negative on Tulsi Gabbard. We'll see what Tulsi's made of, and I think she'll stand up to it. But it takes somebody with backbone to go after the Clinton machine. And frankly, I would love to see Clinton jump back in. A, she's either going to get that ass kicked in the Democratic primaries, or B, she'll get that ass kicked by President Trump again. Because the fact is, the president is seeing an unbelievable surge in excitement about his candidacy to get reelected. He's seeing fans and crowds that nobody on the left could ever get, ever. Well, by the way, Polo, just as a side note, did you know that Cory Booker was dating Rosario Dawson? What the hell? When did that happen?
Yeah, it was way before he announced.
Dude, really?
Yeah.
Now, Rosario and I, of course, are friends. We're pretty tight. What?
Clearly, yeah.
No, well, she actually did tweet at me one time. So does that make us friends or not?
Did she say stop?
No. It wasn't her asking me to stop tweeting her. No, she posted something, and I said something, and her response was, you can meet people who are friends from all, backgrounds and whatevers. And I was like, well, that's really nice, Rosario. Why don't you come on the show? And then she blew me off. I never heard from her again. But it was sort of this tweet in passing. I had no idea that she was dating Cory Booker. Why does that take her, in my mind, down a few notches, like as an actress? I don't know. That just bothers me. Because Cory Booker is such an idiot. I'm Spartacus. It's my Spartacus moment. His fake outrage and everything that he says on stage. I put her in a different class than that guy. Does that make sense or not?
I mean, you can also look at it, for a career, from a career standpoint, that would...
For him or her?
If for both, really.
Yeah. It helps him. I don't see how it helps her.
Well, if she were to become first lady,
I don't know. You're an actress. Do you want to be the first lady? I think you'd want to make more millions of acting. I don't know. I think that he thinks that it raises him up. I don't know what it does for her, to be honest with you. But if they're in love, God bless them, whatever. I hope they have a great life together. But my God, Rosario, really?
It will with dudes.
What with dudes?
I mean, it would give him more,
Oh, gives him more
clout,
cred with the guys?
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
I got you. All right, 888-941-PAGS, joepags.com. Your thoughts on Tulsi Gabbard having the backbone to go after Hillary Clinton. Again, I want to make sure that I'm clear about this. I like her as a person if she's who she pretends or is showing herself, not pretends, showing herself to be on stage. I like her as a person. She's got a backbone. I like how she speaks, very direct. She's not yelling and screaming and pulling hair out like the others seem to be doing. I also like that she went after Hillary Clinton. Her policies are such that they're too far left for me. I could not support a candidacy of Tulsi Gabbard. I'm for the president getting reelected. But a moderate voice on the left, if the Democrats were smart, they would back somebody like this because she would have a better chance than anybody else on that stage. But I wonder what your thoughts are on Hillary Clinton calling her that. And I wonder what your thoughts are on Tulsi Gabbard not backing down and deciding, okay, you want to do this? Let's do this. 888-941-PAGS, 888-941-7247, joepags.com. Keep it right here. Great to have you, the Joe Pags Show, 888-941-PAGS, joepags.com. Glad to have you here. Lots going on, lots to get to. Let me grab the phone lines on a Free Speech Friday. We're going to talk about the NBA this hour, too. The NBA and how much money is really tied to its relationship with China. Or as the president would say, China. China. Oh, is that how he said? China. Something like that. China. I still can't do a good Trump impersonation, which sucks. I'd like to be able to. But there's something about the way he speaks. I was watching the speech last night at the rally in Dallas, and just some of his mechanisms of how he communicates, I don't know that I could do, to be honest with you.
It to me, it kind of sounds like when he talks, he's like exhaling at the same time.
True. Yeah, something like that.
So I think if you can get that part down, then you'll be able to do it.
Some of my favorite parts of watching him speak at these rallies is when he says something he knows really resonates with the crowd, he walks away from the microphone. Just walks around. He lets them go nuts for a while. Like instead of standing there, he says a line and then they cheer and then he keeps on going. He says a line, they cheer and he walks away. like it's almost good. He has like 7 mic drop moments during every speech, which I think is pretty excellent. All right, we'll talk about that in a little while as well. Let me go to the phone lines. A lot going on, lots to get to. I'm really glad that Tulsi Gabbard has the backbone to go after Hillary Clinton. Somebody needs to. I mean, there's more Clinton email news today as well. We'll get to that in a moment. Let me grab a couple of phone calls, though, on a Free Speech Friday. I always appreciate you taking the time. It's going to be line 1 and Matt in Minnesota. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Joe. How are you, buddy? Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, I'll be Joe. You be Matt this time, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay with me. I'm sorry, man. It's
all good.
Blame it on whatever you want.
All good.
I'm gonna get at you with a little bit of compromise. What I don't, what kind of gets me is a little history lesson. We go back. The best part of America is a compromise, right? That's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're, that's.
I've never heard that line. The best part of America is compromise. I never heard that, but go ahead.
That's exactly what we don't do anymore. And these politicians, man. Apparently it's hard to get along, you know what I mean? But the meat and potatoes of my call, I just wanted to call and tell you you're awesome. I'm Minnesota Matt. I'm going to call and bother you a little bit more often.
Please do.
But you guys are fantastic. I was hoping to get at Sweater Goddess, but apparently it's just Sam.
Well, she doesn't care about the people, so Carrie's off today, Matt. But I appreciate you. Minnesota Matt. We know who that is now. Minnesota Matt. Sam, if you can, change his name on there to Minnesota Matt. We'll know what he's calling in. So there you go. The Sweater Goddess, is that what we're calling her now, Polo? Is that what we're calling Carrie now?
I guess so.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he can. You call somebody goddess if she shows up to work more than 4 days a week. I'm just going to put it out there. I know. He's got to support the kid. He's out there playing the football. I get it. I understand. I just wish she would put the earbuds in and listen to the show because she knows she's going to get some flack. Let's call her. We should call her in the stands and hear the football sound. Can you imagine we call her, she's like at a movie or something? Not even at a football game? Then I would be unhappy. We'll send a video crew out. We'll put her on television next time. Would she freak out if we showed up and have like a live shot set up to just take video of her sitting in the stands watching a football game? I think that'd be hilarious.
I mean, Sam could do it.
Sam? Take that under advisement. We might need you to do that. 888-941-PAGS, joepags.com. A quick note on compromise. Yes, of course we've compromised, but we've also been very, very firm in some beliefs. That's why we fought the Revolutionary War. The filibuster rule shows that we don't have to compromise. The minority party can actually stop votes from happening by just filibustering and going on and on. And the filibuster rule has changed in that you used to have to really speak for a long amount of time until you couldn't speak anymore. Now the filibuster rule is we filibuster, and then suddenly, okay, they're filibustering, so we have to move on and do something else. So there has not been, I wouldn't say we were built on compromise, that's for sure. But there has certainly been legislative compromise that doesn't happen anymore. Generally speaking, in my lifetime, the compromise has always come from the right. I can't remember the last time a Democrat said, let me compromise on that and do this for you. No, generally speaking, the Democrats, if they have the majorities, they will overrun the Republicans. When the Republicans have the majorities, they tend to compromise, which is weird. The Democrats do not move an inch. That's why they shouldn't have the control of the House as they do now. They should never get the control of the Senate and should never have the White House. Because look at Obama. Did he compromise? Or did he say, Republican in the back of the car, and I've got a pen, I've got a cell phone, and then he would just bypass Congress completely and write his own legislation through rules in his different departments. Change the labor rules. Change the rules of what the DOJ wouldn't what they would or wouldn't prosecute. At the end of the day, you had a guy who said, I'm not going to listen to any Republican say anything. Elections have consequences, is what he would say historically. So the compromise, you're right, Matt, it's happened, but generally speaking, it's only happened from the right. And those of us who sit on the right want the right to stop doing that. Let me go back to it and say hello and welcome to line 3 is Carol. Carol, what's going on in California? Hi.
Hey, Joe. I love you. I want to say...
Love you back. Thank you.
All right. I've got a lot to say for starters.
Come on.
Okay, for starters, I am a big Trump supporter. I'm
Good.
volunteering my services right now and working with my neighborhood and community here in California, mind you, that we are supporting Trump. Now, there's a lot of us here that are underground, and we have to stay quiet. We are not like the rest of them saying they all think Californians hate Trump. Well, we have to be quiet about it because the way our governor, our mayor, the way those idiots are running this state is awful. They don't do nothing for the homeless here, sir. The drug abuse. I'm tired of it. For starters, now listen, I am a Democrat, but I will never vote Democrat ever in my entire life. I am 64 years old.
Well, then why do you say you're a Democrat if you won't vote for him? You might be a conservative.
No, I'm done. The minute Trump went down that escalator, a light bulb went off, sir.
Okay, cool.
And I am going to start voting from here on out what the right man or woman for the job.
Perfect.
Like you said, the Clintons, I've heard about this thing for years, that people that are around the Clintons sometimes vanish and they just die.
It's weird, huh?
I've heard that for many years. I'm thinking, what?
There are lists out there. There are verifiable lists of people who have died. I don't know why they're dying, but they keep dying.
They've had people that have wanted to blow the whistle on the Clintons when they were in office, and all of a sudden, the very next day, that person has been vanished, missing, dead.
Carol, I hear you. I got to run to break here. I appreciate you taking the time. I mean, listen, I'm not sure why you would identify as a Democrat if you're voting for Trump. I mean, clearly you're a conservative or a Republican because he's doing conservative things. I'm glad that you had an awakening, though. I hate, though, that people in California have to sort of hide. You know what I mean? I hate that they have to hide and be the underground, as she says. That's a shame. There's something that's happening, by the way, in my town, in San Antonio, that has a California connection that confused me today when I heard it on the news. I'll talk to you about that. More of your Free Speech Friday calls as well. And we'll talk about the NBA. Joe Pag Show coming back. Across the land, joepags.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, email. It's all right there also. Newsmax TV, glad to have you here as well. It's the Joe Pags Show for your Friday. 888-941-PAGS, joepags.com. Make sure you go to joepags.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Many have, thousands have. Just scroll down a little bit at joepags.com and you'll see where you can sign up. Subscribe for the newsletter. Go and do that. You just get an email once a day. Going to tell you what's going to be on the show, what guests we have, what topics we'll talk about, and some news stories we might not even get to on the show, so make sure you get that. The Pags Post coming your way Monday through Saturday. I mentioned there is more news on Hillary Clinton. We'll get to that in a moment, but first I want to grab a quick phone call. It's my friend Jimmy in the Woodlands. Jimmy, what's going on?
Hello, Joe. How are you?
Hello, Jimmy. Talk to me, my friend. Missed you. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm so glad to talk with Sam and you and coming under the weather. I'm just rock and roll Jimmy here, but as we all know, it's quite apparent that the Democrats don't have a candidate that can defeat Donald Trump in the 2020 election. And
True.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I feel strongly that somebody's going to come out of the woodwork like a Michelle Obama, or maybe Hillary will come out, wheel her out in a wheelchair after she shoves Grandma over the cliff. They're going to have to come up with someone, and I hope that doesn't happen, but I feel that it will.
So you think this whole process is just a charade? They're waiting for the real candidate to show up?
Exactly, because they know. I mean, you don't have to have the IQ of Forrest Gump to realize that they can't win.
Well, I have the IQ of Forrest Gump, as you know.
I don't. I'm subpar, and you know, I'm just rock and roll Jimmy.
Well, Jimmy, I always appreciate you. So do you think it'll be Obama? You think? Look, for me, Clinton is damaged. Clinton proved that she can't beat him in 2016. And the way that she ran the DNC into the dirt, I would be more apt to believe if this were going to happen, it would be Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama's made it clear she's not going to do it. But what do you then say if you're the DNC to these other 20 candidates that all tried their luck? Oh, sorry, too bad, Michelle's coming in? I mean, what do you say to them?
Just what Lyndon Johnson said in 1964. He did campaign much in the primary because he knew he was a shoo-in to be the candidate, and that's just the way the corruption works in D.C. And you know, I used to live there, and we've talked about it before. Yeah. But I'm so glad to hear your show and your voice and your daughter, and
appreciate you.
I think the world of you, and maybe sometime we can still get together and jam sometime.
Well, Jimmy, we're back on in Houston, as you know, on KSEV at 8 p.m. on 700 a.m. We love being on there. So getting to Houston soon is something that I certainly would like to do. When we do that, we'll have to have a talk, my friend.
I'd love to. Lunch would be my treat at Babin's there in the Woodlands.
You would not be paying, my friend, but I do appreciate you. We'll let you know if that's going to happen.
I will.
Yeah, Jimmy, let's talk soon, okay?
All right, bye-bye.
All right, brother. We appreciate Jimmy in the Woodlands. Jimmy's been calling my show since I was the morning guy in Houston, and boy, it's got to be what? Oh, what do you think? 12 years? You've been calling since the show's been on, you think?
At least, yeah.
We love Jimmy. Jimmy's good people. But no, I have not been to Babin's out there. It sounds good. I mean, you piped right up. You want to go too? If Jimmy's paying, what the hell?
Hey, why not?
We can make that happen, for sure. All right, it's 888-941-PAGS, and Sam, he thinks the world of you, too. What's wrong with Jimmy? I'm just kidding. Sam is my kid. We love Sam. All right, let me give you this news story. Newsmax, I'll give it to you on the source here. This is from the Daily Caller, written by Chuck Ross, who's an investigative reporter over there. It's about Hillary Clinton. State Department investigators probing Hillary Clinton's use of private email server as the Secretary of State discovered nearly 600 security incidents that violated agency policy, according to a report the Daily Caller News Foundation obtained. The investigation conducted by the State Department's Bureau of Diplomatic Security found 38 individuals were culpable for 91 security violations. Another 497 violations were found, but no individuals were found culpable in those incidents. The investigation concluded September 6th. The report was issued September 13th. The investigation sought to determine if the exchange of emails on Clinton's server represented failure to properly safeguard classified information and whether any individuals at state were culpable for any of the failures. Clinton exchanged more than 60,000 emails on her private email account hosted on a server that she kept at her residence in New York. She emailed frequently with longtime aides Uma Abedin, Cheryl Mills, Jake Sullivan, and an outside advisor, Sidney Blumenthal. The FBI investigated whether Clinton mishandled classified information by using the server. Former FBI Director James Comey announced July 5th, 2016, that he would not be recommending charges against Clinton over the server, though he did say she was extremely careless in using an off-the-books email system. The FBI determined that thousands of the emails on Clinton's server contained some level of classified information. Some of those emails were found to have information classified as top secret, the highest level of classification. State Department investigators reviewed all of Clinton's emails, obtained hundreds of statements, and conducted dozens of in-person interviews with current and former State Department officials, according to the report. Investigators determined personal email use to conduct official State Department business represented an increased risk of authorized disclosure or unauthorized disclosure. Clinton's use of the private server added an increased degree of risk of compromise as a private system lacks the network monitoring and intrusion detection capability of State Department networks, the report stated. You know, let me just say this. This is yet another example of, yeah, she did it. Yep, classified information. Yep, they had some server that was private, was not properly vetted nor secured. Our top secrets, our deepest secrets, top secret classified information was available out there on the internet just floating around. Yet nobody's talking about charges. Will the current DOJ and the FBI, will they charge or suggest charging Hillary Clinton? She should be. And if not, why not? I guess that's a better question. Why not? If Tulsi Gabbard has the backbone to go after Hillary Clinton the way she needs to go after her, why doesn't the DOJ? Why doesn't Bill Barr? Will the president see this report from the Daily Caller and say, you know, we've got the information now, why not go after her? Why not charge these people? When will McCabe be charged? Will Comey be charged? How about Brennan? How about Clapper? Will they be charged? Something very wrong going on here. Very interesting to me. 888-941-PAGS, joepags.com to line 5. Sal on Long Island, my old stomping grounds. What's happening, my friend?
Yeah, hey, how are you? We enjoy your show.
Thank you.
Do it on Pluto.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you hear this feud with Tulsi and Hillary.
Yeah.
And I know this sounds stupid, but it kind of reminds me of the type of stuff you see on wrestling.
Okay.
Where one wrestler will call out another wrestler. It's all an act. It's all a show.
So what's the end game then? Why do it? Because usually with the wrestlers, it's to make one person the good guy, one person the bad guy, and then they have this competition. Exactly. You think Hillary's coming back?
Well, you know what? They might both cancel each other out, and then Michelle will get up there, the real hero.
So many people think Michelle Obama's the heir apparent, and she keeps saying she's not going to run. You think that people keep on saying it, and she's sort of in the background so that she could say, well, they wanted me to, so I had to.
How many times did Hillary say she wasn't going to run?
I don't think she said it very often at all. She was running from the beginning.
But I mean, like from when she first started running, like a few years ago, whatever it was, 4 years ago.
I don't know.
She was kind of like she sounded like she didn't sound so eager, at least from my recollection.
Yeah. So you think Hillary and Tulsi have gotten together, let's have good guy, bad guy, and then we'll cancel each other out, and then Michelle comes in and saves the day.
Either that or one of them wins.
Well, I mean, if it's like what you're saying, then the one that wins is already predetermined.
Well, you know what? I think maybe they're a little bit fluid. They'll kind of like read what's going on.
Okay.
And then after reading what's going on, maybe they'll say, okay, boom.
All right. I hear you. I mean, I don't agree. Sal, I don't agree. But so many people are saying Michelle Obama's name. I'm going to keep my eyes and ears open. Let me say this. I won't be stunned if she jumped in. But I don't know, because these people are all egoists. Let's be honest. They all have huge egos. I should know, as a person who has a huge ego, as a person who, has this personality, A-type, I get it. These people on stage have huge egos. They're all A-type personalities. They all think they deserve something. So I'm not that guy. I don't think I deserve anything. But they all think that they deserve something. They all think they're the heir apparent. Can you imagine convincing 23 people, and that was the original number, 23, that you need to now get out of the way after all that money that you saved up, after all that money that you had donated to you, after all this planning for 2 or 3 years to run for this election, you need to get out of the way now for Michelle Obama. You think they'll just curtsy and get out of the way? I don't see that. I don't think people with gigantic egos could do that. Paula, you think they would do that? Just get out of the way?
I doubt it. I mean, unless they have something on them.
But you got to have something on 23 people, and suddenly all that money that they raised means nothing. All that travel they did means nothing. I mean, look at your boy Robert Francis Beto O'Rourke. This guy truly thinks he's like sent by God to save the world. He really thinks he's God's gift. You think he's just going to get out of the way because somebody says so? That's weird.
If they had something on him.
Wait, he's going to get out of the way anyway because he's getting 0% of the vote. I mean, he's done anyway, but nobody's told him that yet. He just needs to realize that. But some of these other people, like Elizabeth Warren, she's the front runner, has 30%. I think Biden's got 20-something% now. You're just going to tell Elizabeth Warren, all flailing arms, that she's got to get out of the way? I don't see it, man. I don't see it. But people keep on bringing up Michelle Obama. And I think the reason why they're bringing her up is, frankly, because the field so far on the Democrat side just absolutely sucks. It's like a huge sucking sound on the Democrat side. It just, to me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for Michelle Obama to come out of the woodwork when you've got this many candidates. I don't see them all graciously bowing out. I think Joe Biden's going to bow out and say, yeah, the former First Lady can have it. 888-941-PAGS, joepags.com. We're coming right back. Stay here. Show for your Friday, Free Speech Friday, 888-941-PAGS, 888-941-7247, joepags.com. One of the top trends on Twitter right now is actor Sam Waterston was arrested at climate protest in front of the U.S. Capitol. You could have truncated that by just simply saying actor Sam Waterston arrested for being stupid. And again, I think that we many times... And Polo, tell me if this happens with you. Sam, tell me if this happens with you. We watch our favorite actor or favorite sports star, and we automatically somehow impose intelligence on them. Have you done that too?
Sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I remember watching, and I won't say a specific name, but I remember watching a sports star being interviewed and thinking to myself, wow, this person can barely speak English. And they weren't like from a foreign land. They were American. And then I remember watching a sports star that was from a foreign land that spoke like 7 different languages. And I remember how blown away I was that, wow, look at this ball player is this smart and this intelligence, and there's a depth of intelligence that I didn't even realize. We sometimes watch, like Sam Waterston, I know him best from being on Law & Order, right? Was he SVU or the SUV or the crossover vehicle? Which was he original Law & Order? Which one was he? Do we know?
Also the insurance guy or the like retirement something guy? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I think you're thinking about somebody else.
Okay.
I mean, he might be. I don't know. I don't follow him well enough to know if he's the insurance guy or something, but he was like the prosecutor in Law & Order something. It might have been the original one. Either way. So you bestow upon him because he's playing a lawyer, somebody who would have had to go to 4 or 8 years of law school, somebody who is fighting hard for what's right versus what's wrong, and you see him every week, and you don't really think to yourself, they're a good enough actor, and he's a very good actor. Wow, he's reading somebody else's lines. He might not be that deep at all. Maybe he's just really good at memorizing stuff. And then there he is, standing there with a wry smile, being arrested for protesting at the U.S. Capitol about climate change, which is a hoax. He's protesting about something that isn't about climate at all. Admittedly, it's about, and this is being admitted by more and more lefties every day, it's more about taking over the economy, taking over healthcare, taking over complete and utter power and control of the people. That's what this climate change garbage is about. Sam Waterston, instead of being in Hollywood where he can go and get another script and read really smart words from other smart writers, and so we can continue thinking that he's smart, or he can go stand at the U.S. Capitol and get arrested for being stupid. I mean, quite literally, that's why he was arrested, for being a dumb guy.
And that happened today?
It's trending now. It says the veteran actor was among those arrested for unlawfully demonstrating during a fire drill Friday, climate protests in Washington, D.C. Jane Fonda also arrested.
Yeah, she was arrested earlier in the week, I remember.
I mean, Jane Fonda, we know, is just like anti-American. She met with the Viet Cong, for God's sakes, in Vietnam. But at the end of the day, Sam Waterston, I mean, he still had this reputation for being reasonably smart. This just goes to show that he's not. And it's unfortunate because I like to think of the guy as a smart guy. 888-941-PAGS, joepags.com. Your thoughts on that, whatever else is on your mind. We'll get to the NBA next hour after the top of the hour. But right now, I've got to remind you that, you know that I take the Super Beats. Do it every day. Well, I try to. Sometimes my schedule gets out of control. I forget to do it. That's why I'm really excited to tell you about a brand new product from the people at Super Beats. It's called Super Beats Soft Chews. Super Beats Soft Chews gives me all the potent heart health benefits of Super Beats, packed into 2 delicious soft chews that I can take with me anywhere I go, so can you. Superbeat Soft Chews comes with a brand new breakthrough ingredient, grapeseed extract that supports normal blood pressure, circulation, natural energy as well in your body. They use highly concentrated premium grapeseed sourced only from the world-renowned Loire Valley in France. This is really good stuff. The grapeseed extract used in Superbeat Soft Chews, clinically studied and shown to support healthy blood pressure levels. So get your Superbeat Soft Chews right now by going to the website they made for me and for you for listening and watching, joelovesbeats.com, or call 800-516-8389. And when you buy 2 bags, going to throw in a 3rd bag for free. That's joelovesbeats.com. The phone number is 800-516-8389. Get it done right now. Time for a quick phone call. Let me go to the phone lines and say hello to line 1. It's Cynthia in Baton Rouge. Hi, Cynthia. What's going on?
How you doing, Joe?
Living the dream. What's happening?
Just a comment about that guy you were talking about, that actor.
Yeah.
He played a liberal defense lawyer.
Oh, was he a defense lawyer? I thought he was the prosecutor.
Yeah. And he may have been, but he was liberal either way.
Okay.
He was a liberal guy in that show.
Okay.
He was playing himself, apparently.
I guess so.
But anyway, I wanted to say kudos to Tulsi Gabbard for standing up to Hillary. But, you know, our president has to do this every day, Joe. He has to stand up to these lunatic, corrupt people every day.
Yeah.
Every day he gets up, he has to stand up to them. And they want this man to compromise. They want to impeach him. They want him gone. They don't want to compromise.
Well, Cynthia, there is no compromise in that guy's bloodstream. It's not going to happen.
Well, they don't want to compromise with him. Every time he has a meeting with them, what do?
Yeah.
They run out of the room like the hair's on fire.
Yep.
They try to find the nearest microphone. They tell this big elaborate story of what went on in the media,
Right.
and the media just eats it up.
Well, that's exactly what the plan was. The plan was when they accepted the meeting with him, the plan was to go in, cause a ruckus, leave, storm out of there, and talk about how horrible he is. And the media, you're right, they were waiting for it. They probably were tipped off it was going to happen, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, because there's always isn't it funny? There's always a microphone right there.
It's always available for Nancy and for Chuck. What I like is when Nancy and Chuck go to the microphone, they look so stupid. I actually like when they go there because they just look like a couple of idiots. I think that's kind of fun for me. Cynthia, I love you. I appreciate the call. 888-941-PAGS, joepags.com. There's a lot going on and lots more I want to get to. We've got a fun story or two as well. We'll get into that too. Sam, what was the one that I said, what?
The Kellogg's one.
I mean, really?
Come on, really?
We're making. Listen, if you're gay, there's a cereal for you now. Isn't that awesome? That's what it is, right? It's a gay cereal.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out.
I mean, what is that? What are we doing? How is that possible? And by the way, if you're in Battle Creek, stick around for that story because Kellogg's is right there in your neighborhood. 888-941-PAGS, joepags.com. Got to go on TV. Keep it here on radio.